Barcelona, hope you are doing absolutely amazing. If you could do me a massive favor, wherever you are watching this right now, let me know what time it is and what platform you're watching. So you might be thinking, well, that's a bit of a weird question, but right now we are literally streaming to the Facebook page, Facebook profile, YouTube. We're here on Instagram. We're here on TikTok. And yesterday we had 600 people, almost exactly 600 people watching live. So let's see if we can beat it today. All right. So I'm really, really excited about today's live. Why? Because I'm going to talk to you about how you can make money in your sleep, also known as residual income or 24/7 income club, right? I'm going to share that with you. So if you're excited about that, please let me know. Share your energy with me so that I can give you more energy. The more energy I get, the more energy I can pass on. Okay? So the more energy I can get from you guys, the more energy I'll pass on. I'm going to be about 20 minutes today. I'm going to try and be 20 minutes today. I want to tell you a story, the reason behind the story, and how you can get the same thing happening to you. Now, this is one of my favorite stories that have ever happened to me, one of the most powerful ones that have ever happened to me, and one, whenever I share it, I do get a little bit emotional, but I'm going to do my best to try and keep it together tonight because I don't want to just be sat here in this apartment all by myself, just breaking down into tears, but you will understand the emotion when I share the story with you. So, before we do this, if you know that you're going to get value from tonight's live, do me a massive favor. Please press that share button and share it onto your newsfeed. I would massively, massively appreciate it. I've already made a decision that if these lives get massive amount of reach, then I'm actually going to do these kind of lives every single week on a Tuesday again. Now, I did them for just over 3 years, every single week for 3 years, and I'm considering to bring them back, all depending on the energy that you give and how much these get shared. So, let's see. All right, so before I get into it today, I just want to make sure that you know 2 things. Number 1, if you haven't already done so, you want to make sure that you join the VIP list. Why? Every single day, I'm going to pick from a list of winners on the VIP list, and they're going to be a winner of the brand new book that's coming out on the 7th of July, and they're going to get a signed copy, and I'm going to send it to them for free. I'm paying for the book. I'm paying for the shipping and handling. I'm going to send it out to you. And there's going to be a very small number of copies that are signed this time. Basically, anyone who gets them in a certain window will be signing them. So I'm going to let you know a little bit more about that as we kind of go on. But yes, so make sure you do that. Now, all you have to do to do that, if you're on the Facebook page, comment legend or go to the link in the description on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. If you're on Instagram, you can comment legend in the chat, or you can go to the link in my bio, but you're better off commenting legend and following the instructions in the bio. Sorry, in the messenger. If you're on TikTok, you have to come over onto Instagram and click the link in my bio, or you have to come over onto Instagram and make sure that you comment legend on the posts. All right? So, let's get this show on the road. Okay, how do you become a member of the 24/7 Income Club? Let me know. Would that be good for you? Would making money whilst you sleep be fun? How would it be? Imagine that if you went to bed and you had 30 people in your team, you woke up and you had 32 people in your team, and you were like, huh? I've not done any calls. I've been sleeping. How would you feel? I'm going to tell you how I felt. I felt about 10 times better when that happened than any other thing in my business. Because it made me realize, whoa. There are people who can build the business whether I'm at the end of the phone or not. How incredible. So imagine this. In order for you to be paid while you're asleep, or your business be built whilst you're sleeping, you have to have people in your business who are working whilst you're asleep. How does that happen? Let's say you live in the UK. You guys in the UK, let me know if you're in the UK right now. And let's say that you are building a business in the US. If you're in the US, let me know. All right? So you're in the UK, and it's probably 8 minutes past 8 in the UK in the night. But in the US, it's going to be anywhere from midday to 3 p.m. So what happens when you're asleep at 6 a.m. in the morning? Well, in the US, it's going to be 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m. midnight, 12 a.m. midnight, or 1 a.m. in the morning, something along those lines, right? So the Americans are still working. But I'm going to share with you a story, and for those of you who can't build internationally, if your company, if your business opportunity is international, please let me know. If it's international and you know how many countries it's in, let me know how many countries it's in. If you are only in one country, if you're in the US, it's the same can apply for you. Why? If you're on the East Coast, whilst you're asleep, people on the West Coast are still building. If you're on the West Coast and you've just got, you're asleep in the morning, people in the East Coast have just woken up. Okay? Now, not every company is worldwide or international or outside the US, and that's totally fine because this can still apply for you. Okay? And it's not just just what I'm talking about here. It's the principles and how you're actually going to make it happen. So before I go into the breakdown, the three main things that you need to do in order to grow an international team or in order to have a team in different parts of the world, I want to share with you a story. So when I got started in network marketing, I'd said no for 4 years because I had the fear of public speaking. I don't know how many of you guys had the fear of public speaking too, but I felt sick to my stomach at the idea of speaking. And I thought, hang on, I don't want to join in case I fail. I had the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of public speaking. I don't want to join because if I fail, then I've got no hope in living an extraordinary life. I'm just going to have to get a job, hope that I do well, hope that I get a promotion, hope that I get paid well, hope that I can live below my means for a long period of time. And then eventually when I'm in my 60s, maybe I'll be able to go on a few cruises around the world. Maybe I'll do a Mediterranean cruise, maybe I'll do a Caribbean cruise, maybe I'll do an Alaskan cruise, and I'll just tick these things off when I'm 60, if I'm able to get to the age of 60, right? If silent stress hasn't destroyed me by that time, okay? So here's what happened. I thought, I can't fail because if I fail, I've got no hope. But if I succeed, then I'm going to have the microphone and I'm going to suck because I hate it. Anyway, first time that I was given the microphone by my dad, I burst into tears. I didn't even say my name. Didn't even say, hey, everyone, my name's Fraser Brooks. No, I didn't. I just grabbed the microphone at the very bottom. It was shaking from side to side and I just started crying. I just started crying, and it was the most embarrassing moment of my entire life, but I made a decision. I am going to turn my biggest weakness into my biggest asset. And from what I'm going to share with you in a moment, I was able to travel now to 33 different countries and be paid to speak on stage. Not just like, there's a $5, oh, there's $100, not even there's $2,000. It's getting ridiculous how much people are paying me and flying me to speak all over the world because I've built this story, right? And these skills. So here we go. Here's what I want to share with you. It's about 2013. I think it's the beginning of 2013. It might be, beginning of 2013, April-ish, like middle of April 2013. And one of my leaders came into me. He was a Russian guy living in Liverpool. He had a business in Manchester. We became friends. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And he basically said, Fraser, I've started to build my business in Russia. We need to go and do an event over there. Now, my first reaction was, yeah, no flipping way. He said, well, it's got the team over there is about 50 people and it's growing every single day. I think we should do it. And I was like, yeah, no. And I told my dad, I said, Dad, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to Russia. Like, I thought everyone was like Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. Like, I will crush you. I will break you. I just thought everyone was just going to punch in my face and spit at me, whatever, right? I just thought that, right? Because I was an immature, naive, 25-year-old kid, right? Just turned 25. Okay? So, here's what happened. I went to my dad, and my dad said, he didn't say the exact words, but Trent Shelton, an amazing influencer, super good guy, he's got a really nice guy, got a really great book as well. He basically summed it up better than how my dad said it to me. He said, inconvenience exposes commitment. Inconvenience exposes commitment. And I was like, okay. He said, if this is an inconvenience to you to travel to a place in the world that you will most likely never go on holiday to build an international business in a country that speaks a different language to yours, where you're going to learn so many skills, if that's an inconvenience to you, you're not as committed as I thought. And I remember when he said along those lines, I remember thinking, whoa, all right, I better turn things up. So I packed my bags. I remember my nan saying to me, like, Fraser, what, are you packing a coat? I was like, nah, I don't need a coat. I've got my thick jeans and I've got my Vans trainers and I've got a really nice thick woolen jumper. So we get on the flight, and now the flight was about 4 o'clock in the morning, so I hadn't slept. So we got on the flight from Manchester to Moscow. We had a small layover, and then we went from Moscow all the way over to Ulan-Ude. If you type in Ulan-Ude on your Google Maps, you will see how far east it is. It's near a lake called Lake Baikal. We went over there, and we did an event, right? We did a little bit of fun sightseeing stuff, and then we did an event. And there was 20, 30 people there, maybe 40 people. And I was like, okay, great. I felt like a complete waste of space because no one could speak English, and I had to have a translator for everything that I did. And my friend was translating me a little bit, then there was some college kids that were translating me a little bit, but I knew they weren't translating it word for word with my energy. I was like, hey, so like, what got you involved in the business? And they would be like, Privyet, la 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 la. And I'd be like, no, like, show them with your face that you're excited, not like, no. It was like, I was like, way, and they were like, way, way. It was like, man, this is hard. This is really, really flipping tough. So we did the event. It was a good event. Like for me, I wouldn't say it was like the best event I've ever done, but you could tell it was good. People joined, people were excited to see us. And I said to those guys, I said, listen, if you triple the team, I'll come back. If you triple the size of the team, I'll come back. Oh, but we need you. We need you. No, you don't. You've proven before I've even got here how much you can build the team. But now that you've seen me and you know this is a real thing and you know that I'm here to support you and help you, if you triple, I'll come again. Do you want me to come again? Yes, I do. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, triple. So we're on our way back. We're at the airport at Ulan-Ude. Like, I think we maybe spent 10 days there. It was really cool. Super cool part of the world. Like, you wouldn't go on holiday there, but like if you ever have the chance to go there by random chance, please just do it. It's really fun. All right? Anyway, we're in the airport on the way back. We're going from Ulan-Ude to Moscow. And my friend turns to me, he says, like, Fraser, there's a leader in Moscow who thinks that we should do an event in Moscow, like, whilst we're laying over there. And I was like, well, we're laying over there for like 3 hours. It's not going to be enough. Yeah. We'll move the flight from like the Thursday till like the Monday. I'm like, all right, like, okay. Like, inconvenience exposes commitment. Like, this is an inconvenience to me. I'm not committed. Okay, just do it. Now, I was lucky. Right? I was 25 years old. I had no care in the world. I was single. I had no kids. I had no mortgage. I had no loans. I didn't really have too much stress, so I could just do it. Right? I could just do it. So, what did we do? What happened? We get on the plane. We fly to Moscow. We arrive. We check out. We check into the hotel, like super basic hotel in the middle of Moscow somewhere. And on the Saturday and the Sunday, we do this event. Anyway, I'm like, listen, I need someone who's going to translate me. Okay? So we're doing this event. It's probably about 30 people, maybe 40 people, maybe 50 people, all in their like mid 50s to like late 60s, that kind of bracket. I'm 25, so I'm old enough to, or young enough to be their kids, right? One of their kids. So that always has a challenge as well, right? Because people are like, hang on a minute, like, he's young enough to be my son. He's young enough to be my daughter. Why am I taking advice from them, right? It's just a weird ego that a lot of people have, and I completely get it, right? So anyway, in walks in this hot, smoking blonde girl, and I'm thinking, please don't be in the team. Please don't be in the team. Please don't be in the team. Because you can't mess about with your downline. It causes a lot of issues, and you should stay well away from it. Anyway, she comes in and she speaks a little bit of English, and I'm like, yes, woohoo! And she interprets me, right? She's the one who translates me. I'm saying like, hey, привет, друзья, меня зовут Fraser Brookes, я живу в Liverpool. I can't remember the rest of it, but that was, hello, friends, my name is Fraser, I live in Liverpool. And she would go like, hello, friends, his name is Fraser, like, and he lives in Liverpool, and so on and so forth. And it was Svetlana. The woman was Svetlana, right? which is amazing because, as some of you might have seen, we announced that Svetlana's pregnant. I know we should say we're pregnant. Svetlana's the one who's going to have to do all the work, so she's the one who's pregnant, right? She's the one who's pregnant. She's getting all the credibility for that, right? If you want the credibility, you've got to accept the responsibility, right? So she's getting all the responsibility. She's getting all the credibility as well. It's very easy for the man. It's just like, yeah, I've done my bit. Like, great. Woo! So yeah, a lot of you guys know that I'm on this health and fitness like journey, this 90-day run. One of the real reasons why I started it is because I knew this day was going to come. Just so we probably found out when I was on about day 20, right? So I was like, am I going to keep doing it? I thought, her body's changing. I better get off my backside and change mine too. It's not fair otherwise. All right? So anyway. So that happened. How amazing is that? If I hadn't built an international business, I would never have met Svetlana. So I meet Svetlana. I was like, whoa, this is going to be so amazing. By the way, guys, what do you think? Is it going to be a boy or a girl? What do you think? Maybe I'll reveal it. Maybe I'll reveal it at the end. If we can get what we're on so far, we're on 480 so far, so we're behind yesterday. If we can hit 600, I'll tell you if it's going to be a boy or a girl, because I know. All right? So anyway, so I then fly back to the UK. Me and Svetlana are talking. 2 months later, she goes to Malta to further her English. Her English is amazing, by the way, but she wanted to improve it. I go over to Malta, like everything, like love is in the air, everything happens, all that fun stuff. She then goes back to Moscow. So I've now got an added reason, and it's not going to be called Bob or Mary, as much as I would love to do that. It's not happening. Maybe a middle name. Maybe. I don't know. Nope. Permission denied. All right? Right, she decides. Okay, so anyway. So I've got this added reason. I've got to build this business in Moscow. I've got to build this business in Moscow. So I go over to Moscow probably 1 week out of every 5. Mainly to see Svetlana, but also to pour in to a couple of the people I identified in Moscow who I thought could build a big business. Anyway, in walks in this woman. And we're at this event. There's probably about 30 people at this event. Again, mid-50s to 60s. She was a little bit younger, maybe like late 40s, early 50s. But everything about her was like in the floor, right? I don't know if you've ever met, maybe you're one of these people, but you've met someone who you just be like, whoa, they look like they need a high five. They look like they need a hug. They look like they need some energy. They look like they're having a tough time. She her hair was down, in terms of her hair was down, her facial expressions were down, her energy was down, her clothes were a bit darker and a bit depressive, but for some reason I just took to her. I was like, she's cool, right? I see a lot of myself in her. I see a lot of the I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I'm too shy, I'm too introverted, I don't have the skills, blah, 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 right? I don't know any of this stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. So I do the event. She comes up to me, asks for a photo in Russian. I'm like, yeah, photo. I'm like, yeah, wee. She puts a big smile on, it's like, wee. And she asked me some questions. And I was like, whoa, I don't speak Russian. I'll get my friend to answer them. And as I turned around to my friend to say, I remembered inconvenience exposes commitment. I need to find a way to level up so that I can actually help her firsthand. So I got someone else who spoke a bit of English. I said, hey, could you help me out? Okay, what's your question? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, she asked, da, 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 da. Okay, tell her, da, 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 and he then translated it, and blah, 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 blah. So I then do this conversation, and don't forget, guys, it's double. If I say hello, it then has to be translated, privyet. They then say privyet, it needs to be then translated, hello. So the conversation's always double the amount when it's translated, okay? Always. But there was something inside of this woman that made me think, it's worth my time. I'm going to pour into her because she's turning up, she's showing up, and although everything is down into the floor, every time she smiles, there's a sparkle in her eye. Every time she smiles, there's a sparkle in her eye. And she just kept coming, kept bringing people. I was like, wow, okay. So I met up with her. I must have spent about 3 or 4 hours with her, which would have ended up being 6, 7, 8 hours with her, the whole day. And I did it quite a number of times. And then at the events, after the event, we would have more meetings and more meetings and more meetings and more meetings and more meetings. And she started to build a great business, right? Her name was Olga. She started to build this amazing business, and it was growing. 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 50 people. It now got to the stage that when I was waking up in the morning, she was already halfway through her day. I was actually going into her organization on my downline and going, how much has her team grown by? 50, 60, 80. I think she hit about 100 people, and then all of a sudden, gone. Gone. I was like, well, where's she gone? And I don't know the exact reasons, but family situation or timing or a priority changed or change in mindset, or maybe someone had, got their negative ways with her, whatever it might be. What a shame. But I kept building. Now that was 2014, about 2014. And there is a massive point to this story, by the way, guys. So about 2014, and I'd not heard from her for a long time. A long time. Any of you guys know of people who just join the business, super excited, super fired up, take so much of your time, and then vanish? Ugh. Maybe you've been in relationships like that, right? They give you everything you need to hear. You see everything about them. You're like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. And all of a sudden, they're not interested anymore. It hurts, doesn't it? It sucks. Big time. So, 2019, a few years go by, 5 years go by, and I'm speaking at GoPro in Las Vegas for the second year. Second time I've ever spoke there, second year in a row, and it was interesting because I was the last speaker of the first day. I did my thing, I was super jet lagged, but I was super prepared, felt like I'd absolutely nailed it, but I was so tired and I was so full of adrenaline that I didn't really know. Went backstage, high five from Eric and Marina and the guys backstage. That was awesome. The energy was amazing. What a great way to end the last day. I kind of then spend a few moments behind the stage, and as I come out from the back of the behind the scenes kind of area, people are like, Fraser, great job, high five, high five. I'm like, wow, this feels amazing. High five, high five, high five. Yeah, cheers, cheers, cheers. But on the stage, there was a presentation going on, right? On the stage, there was a presentation going on. And the presentation was Eric kind of introducing his $1 million Hall of Fame. Some of you guys may have heard of it. If you have, let me know. So this $1 million Hall of Fame, and he was recognizing there was 21 people that year who walked across the stage as a verified $1 million a year income earner. And I'm just high on life. People are coming at me so I'm just celebrating them how I would want to be celebrating. I'm not paying attention to anything. I'm just like, way, woo, have no idea who they are. Yeah, woo, yeah, well done, Fraser. Yeah, great, yeah, way, they're doing amazing. Yeah, woo, yeah, this is amazing. This is great. I love it. I love it. So, after it, there we go. After this finishes, I go backstage. There's a meeting going on. There's a VIP thing going on. And I'm there. There's probably with the speakers, the VIPs, the super VIPs, the $1 million Hall of Fame. I think there's probably about 200 people at this party. I think. I kind of get a feeling for that. Maybe there was about 100. Let's go with 100. It's hard to kind of remember, but it was about 100 people. I'm there with a group of people, maybe 3 or 4. They're asking questions about social media and network marketing in general. A lot of people making a lot of money, and it's just good to be around that audience. Anyway, I turn around, and this woman in these high heels comes running up to me, puts her arms around me, and spasiba, spasiba, spasiba. And spasiba means thank you in Russian, right? Spasiba, spasiba, spasiba. And as I let go, I see this woman. I'm like, whoa, she's probably mid-50s. I'm like, whoa, shoes banging, dress unbelievable, jewelry sparking, hair is all made up, makeup perfection. And I saw the sparkle in her eye, and as she smiled, I realized, it's Olga. Oh my God, it's Olga. What's Olga doing here? I'm like, Olga, what are you doing here? And she was with her son and her son who I'd met before, and I don't remember if it was her son's fiance or something. I was like, what are you guys doing here? I've not seen you for years. I've got so many questions. Like, where do I go? And she says, smattery. And like, smattery means like, look, right? And she had one of the $1 Million Hall of Fame awards in her hands. She said, look. And we got a translator come in, and I was like, what happened? She went, last year I made $1.4 million in my network marketing company. And guess what? My first thought was a selfish one. My first thought was when I went back to when I got asked to go to speak in Ulan-Ude in Russia that first time, my immediate response was, nah. Now, if I had not gone on that flight to Ulan-Ude, I would have shown that I wasn't committed, but I would never have met Svetlana. You could say, oh yeah, fate would have brought you together. I would never have met Svetlana when I was supposed to meet Svetlana. And I would never have had a reason to go to Moscow to then eventually meet this woman, Olga, who went on to, how many lives do you think have impacted because of that? How many lives do you think have impacted because of the income that she's made through the opportunities that she was with? Top income earner in her company. This woman who, when I first met, no chance would I have ever thought that. But by pouring in and pouring in and pouring in and pouring in and pouring in, it's amazing what can happen. It really is amazing what can happen. And the reason why I tell you this story is because, yes, the first place you need to build your business is your local market. The first place you need to build your business is your neighbors. But your neighbors can take you all around the world. So here are 3 top tips that I want to give you here. 3 top tips. Number 1, find communities in strategic locations. Okay? So find communities in strategic locations. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you want to build a business in Manchester, go and find Manchester-based communities using Facebook groups. No, but I only like using Instagram. Get over it. Get on Facebook. Start connecting. I don't care if you hate or love a platform. I care that who you're actually connecting with. Oh, but I hate using TikTok. I don't care. You can go viral there very quickly. Oh, but I hate using Instagram. I don't care. The story views are going to give you confidence, right? Oh, but I hate using Facebook. It's so old. I don't care. The easiest way to connect with people is with Facebook groups. Oh, but I don't like cold messaging strangers. I don't care. It's what works for a lot of people in a lot of situations, okay? So maybe you're going to find South Africans living in Manchester. Well, there can't be many. If there's a group of 1,000 people, it only takes one for you to build a business in South Africa, right? Filipinos living in London, hundreds of thousands. You want to build a business in your city, but also have the chance to go and build it abroad? There you go. You want to build a business in Italy, what's everyone do? You want to build a business in Italy? Everyone then goes, right, Italians, I'm here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go to Rome on my holiday, and I'm going to keep going to the same restaurant, and I'm going to sign up the waiter. No, you're not. No, you're not. You go in there for an excuse to go there. What do? You go to all the Italian restaurants in your local village, your local town, your local city, and see, hey, who do you know in the area who's also Italian? Are you a part of any communities? Do you know anyone who needs an extra income? Do you like working here in the Italian restaurant? Yeah, how long have you been working here for? 20 years. 20 years? Do you vision yourself working here all the time? No, not really. Would you like me to share with you a plan on how you can become financially free? It's not that difficult. Find communities in strategic locations. If you can find Italians living in your country or in your city, then you can go build a business in Italy because you can go with them to Rome and they can introduce you to all the prospects. You won't be the one who recruits 300 people in Italy, but you might recruit 4 or 5 people who will build a team of 300 people in Italy. There we go. Switch. Bingo, I hope. Then you build the leaders in those locations. You might have 100 people in Rome. You might have 100 people in all of Italy. Man. You need to identify the leaders and pour into that leader. Let's say that there's 100 people in your Italian organization, but the one person who stands up above the rest is in Milan. Oh, but I don't want to go to Milan. I want to go to Rome. I don't care. Go to flipping Milan. Go to Milan, pour into that person. Now, sometimes it will be worth it. Sometimes it won't. But you'll look at the short term, like I did with Olga. Oh, like I'm pouring into her. She's doing great. I'm so excited. She leaves. She quits. She stops. Something happens. Oh, this is not fair. I spent all my time. What a waste. I'm never going to do that again. Long term, my mission to raise the professionalism in network marketing done online to unite the industry and make it sexy again. Her story's made it sexy again for me. And this is what needs to happen all the time. So, number one, find communities in strategic locations, okay? Find a group of people who live in your area. Expats, right? You could find expats. You could find dog lovers in Manchester. You could find Filipinos in London. You could find travel fans living in Madrid. Like, there are communities for everything. And if you find that there aren't communities for something you're searching for, you can create it. There's a gap. Come on. Now you're going to build the leader, or you're going to identify the leader in the markets, the people who are like, I want this. They're showing up, they're turning up, they're translating things into their languages, they're inviting you to come and go and talk on their Zoom call or their FaceTime. You're going to pour into that person, then you're going to get on the ground with that person and build that local market. There is no point in building an Italian business if you can't build a business in Rome. There's no point in building a business in Lebanon if you can't build a business in Beirut. There's no point in building a business in Australia if you can't build a business in the Gold Coast. Start with one location and let it spread. You trying to do a road tour in Italy, it might sound great. I'm going to do a 2-week road tour around Italy. I'm going to start in Venice. Then I'm going to work my way across to Rome. And then I'm going to go up to Milan. Then I'm going to spend a day or two in Lake Como and just catch up on my tan. Then I'm going to finish the trip in Trieste. But then I'm going to bring my family over and we're going to go on a holiday in Sicily and Sardinia. Oh, my life is amazing. That's going to suck big time. Why? You're going to go to Venice, there's going to be 3 people in the room. You're going to go to Rome, 2 people in the room. You're going to go to Milan, there's going to be 6 people in the room. Oh, buzzing with 6 people there. Then you're going to go to Trieste, no one turns up. Your family are going to come over, whoa, so it was good. And you're going to go, yeah, it was great, can't wait to do it next week. No. You'll have a better time when you're traveling around the country with a group of people from that country. They are going to teach you so much about the food, the culture, the history, the wine, the ham, the pizzas, the pastas, the language, why people are called Gianluca and Gianfranco and blah, 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 blah. Why some of them are tall in the north and some of them are small in the south. By the way, this applies for every country. Okay? So you're going to build the leader and then they're going to pick up the pockets. You fly into one city, you do an event, and you fly out. You challenge them. Hey, if you triple the team or double the team, I'll come back and we'll do a road tour. Hey, when we 10x this team, I'm gonna fly in another one of the top income earners. Hey, when we 10x the team, we're gonna put a huge incentive on. Hey, when we 5x the team, we're gonna do a team incentive and we're gonna go to this location as a group, all paid for. This is what you got to do. If you want to make money whilst you're sleeping, you have to find out how you can build different teams in different pockets around the world. If you're in the US, East Coast, West Coast, and in between. If you're in Canada, East Coast, West Coast, and in between. If you're in Europe, it could be Spain, Portugal, Germany, Poland, Russia. If that's going to be counted as Europe, right? UK is definitely not anymore. If you're in Australia, how can you have a business in Australia and in the UK and in the US? But building on your front doorstep is most important to begin with, okay? So, I know this live was a little bit different to the previous two. I know it was more of a storytelling exercise, but in my opinion, I can give you all the information that you need to succeed. You will not do it if you haven't been hit emotionally, because you'll forget it or you won't implement it. And I just hope there's some level of emotion or some level of connection with me telling you that story that makes you kind of go, okay, this can happen. I'm Olga 1.0, and I want to be Olga 2.0. I'm Emma Somerville 1.0. I'm Charlotte Burke 1.0. I'm Mary Cadman 1.0. I'm Marek Mazur 1.0. I'm Emma Ferjani 1.0. I'm Sarah J. Mirza 1.0. I'm Angela Frett 1.0. I'm Linda Schaefer 1.0. But I want to be Claire Chapman 2.0. Angela Frett 2.0. Christina Kirkbloom 2.0. Katie Cash 2.0. Rachel Mason 2.0. Clarissa Mo Ajok 2.0. Like, why not? It's your time. You are a powerful force to be reckoned with, but you're holding it up inside because you're so hung up about your external factors that you stop thinking about your internal power. There is so much power within. Everything around you does not matter. It really, really does not matter. So Olga, I actually don't know. I think it was a priority with Olga, not too sure. I think maybe one of her kids, something happened with one of her kids, or she got a grandkid or something like that. It was just a change in priority, why she kind of left and took a step back. Kind of interesting, right? But if you haven't already done so, I need to announce the winner as well of the first book. If you haven't already done so, join the VIP list. Click the link somewhere in the description. If you're on Instagram, comment legend. If you're, I just said that and it just paused connection. If you're on TikTok, come over onto Instagram and click the link in my bio. I'm not too sure why Instagram's just frozen on me. If you're on Facebook, on the Facebook page, comment legend. If you're on the Facebook profile or the YouTube channel, click the link in the description. And tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time, I know it's Friday night, so I'm expecting the numbers to be lower. We had 350, 520 people, so a little bit less than yesterday. Remember, we've got to keep growing these numbers, otherwise I will not do these week to week. I'll just stick with the podcasts and the YouTube videos for you guys, and then everything else I just give in the inner circle. All right, but tomorrow I'm gonna break down. Sorry for you guys that got froze. I'm going to break down how you build your business using social media, like the exact funnel process. Like do this, 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 and this, and you'll get a new customer or a new team member. Then after that, we're going to talk about getting sales from Instagram stories. Sunday, we talk about TikTok Reels on Facebook and Instagram. Monday, we talk about how to become a top recruiter. Tuesday, how to grow your following, your reach, your influence, and your brand on social media. Wednesday, how to reach the top of your network marketing business. And then on Thursday, I'm going to give the big reveal and share with you about the new book, the name, the color, how you can get it, and all that fun stuff. All right? So here we go. The winner of the book is Tamara Robbins. So if someone can tag Tamara Robbins, you are the winner. This is her face. This is her. For those of you on Facebook or YouTube, you can see her. Tamara Robbins, congratulations. I don't know where she's based or where she lives, but there we go. Tamara Robbins, if you're here, someone can tag you. Tamara, all you've got to do is you've just got to message me on, in fact, send me an email, info@fraserbrooks.com. info@fraserbrooks.com, FraserBrookes.com. Say, Fraser, woohoo! I won the free signed copy of the new book. Let's go. I'll need your mailing address, and then when we start shipping the books out, you will get one sent to your door. If you want the chance to win another copy of the new book that's coming out, signed for free, sent to you when we start shipping the books out, then all you got to do is join that VIP list. All right? Guys, I appreciate you. Big, big love. Thank you so, so much for all the messages of congratulations from myself and Svetlana and Mando and the rest of the family. We are so freaking excited to become parents. Like, I didn't really share that much vulnerability on Facebook. I was going to, but maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. But I didn't think that I wanted to be a parent for such a long time. And I realized that was a selfish thing on my part. Like in my circumstances, I know a lot of people don't want to become a parent from choice, but also not from choice. But for me, yeah, I'll share more about the story tomorrow as well. All right, guys, I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see. We didn't hit the number, so I'm not going to share if it's a boy or a girl. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it in the next few days. Maybe I'll do it on the 7th of July as well. The sex and the name we've already decided. All right, I appreciate you. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time, we're going to talk about how you can build your business using social media from start to finish, the funnel process. And yeah, I'll see you soon. All right, big love.